and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please join in a moment of silence. Thank you very much. Please be seated.
And remember to silence your cell phones. We have Supervisor Taylor with us by phone. First item is approval of the agenda. I'll move it with one amendment, that is to remove item number 5 from planning and zoning. Would you mind just coming up briefly and sharing why, Dan?
I'll second your motion.
Thank you.
Yeah, we found out that we weren't able to facilitate the quorum for the 28th, and we had been planning on having an out in the county meeting in Mobile on September 11th to facilitate a few public hearings, including the utility solar analysis or debate coming up. So we're tentatively scheduling September 11th at 5:00 p.m. in the Mobile Community Center to facilitate the zoning commission meeting.
Thank you. All those in favor of the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Those say nay. Passes 5-0. Items 2 through 7 constitute a consent agenda of routine action items to be considered by one motion. Items passed unanimously unless a separate vote is requested by a board member. Item 2 is approval of the minutes of the August 15th meeting. Item 3 is approval of the claims. Item 4 from Human Resources includes A, approval of memorandum of personnel transactions, and B, authorization to initiate the hiring process. Item 5 was removed. Item 6 from Board Administration includes A, approval of notice of property sale resolution for parcel, also known as 1908 Iowa Street, for Tuesday, September 5th at 4:35 p.m. And B, approval of a notice of property sale resolution for parcel, also known as 1914 Iowa Street, for Tuesday, September 5th at 4:37 p.m. And item 7 from Secondary Roads includes A, approval of the underground utility permit for Shaler Telephone and to direct the chair to sign the permit. B, approval of the underground utility permit for Frank Mowry / Metronet and to direct the chair to sign the permit. C, approval of the permit to work in the right-of-way for 2053 320th Street and 23rd Avenue in Luton and to direct the chair to sign the permits. Item D is approval of the permit to work in the right-of-way for the Anthem Event Center and to direct the chair to sign the permit. I'll move the consent agenda.
Second.
Second by Radig. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Passes 5-0. Item 8 from Secondary Roads for action is approval of the county engineer's recommendation for the purchase of a new pothole patcher and award the quotes to Hampton Equipment for $82,000.
Good afternoon. One of the items we were able to look at purchasing, much needed items, a pothole patcher. We used it extensively getting the roads ready for RAGBRAI. Additionally, it's been used to help keep up 220th Street, the little, what they call the poor man's pavement off of Old Lakeport Road. Ours is over 25 years old. It's got a pump that isn't original equipment. We can no longer get parts for it. We checked all over looking for prices. I was able to get 2 quotes. Hampton Equipment was a little bit higher, but the trailer is much more robust. It's an extra 1,600 pounds of axle capacity under the trailer, and I think it'll do a better job for us long-term than the smaller trailer. DOT has a number of these in the area right now, and they've claimed they've gotten very good service out of Hampton Equipment, so I don't have any reservations in recommending purchase of the machine from Hampton Equipment.
I'll move it. Second by Bittinger. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Passes 5-0. Thank you. Item 9, reports on committee meetings.
Did have a community action agency meeting, just basically, routine type business. Nothing really to report.
Okay.
I do not have any.
One thing I have is had the SHIP meeting, and this, the highlight was the Boost Reentry Program, where we have people that are coming out of incarceration. They've got a program now, a grant that's a 3-year grant that's helping with job skills and connecting them with jobs and employers and just mentors to help them readjust. And so, yeah, but just shout out to Gary Fuentes and his staff. They're doing a good job, and already have got 24 people enrolled. And their goal is to have, I think they said that they'll have 100 in the program just for this year alone by the year's end. So just wanted to help our citizens just thrive here in Woodbury County. So just that's the Boost Reentry Grant that CHIP is running. So that's all that I have.
That's still housed over in our Trosper Hoyt.
I
think
believe
so.
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it's sorry. I think so. It's there.
Any other reports on committee meetings?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
so Supervisor Bittinger and I sat on the conference board. As you know, that is the city of Sioux City Community School District and others, as well as the county and the city of Sioux City. We had a closed session that we can't get into, but we did have a report that there had been a notification from the state that they had a concern about the initial valuation of ag land being about 5% over. So this is from the city assessor, who relies in part on the county assessor's take. And so with that being said, they don't know that there's going to be any action or order that's coming down, but they just wanted to make us aware. So for whatever it's worth, that's within the city of Sioux City jurisdiction, and that's all I have.
Thank you. Moving on, item 10 is citizen concerns.
Okay. Doyle Turner, 2738 200th Street. There's been a little bit of debate on how citizens' concerns should be handled. And I believe if you would go back to February 15th of 2022, Pat Gill, the auditor, came to citizens' concerns and talked for like 20-some minutes and actually asked the board to engage with him. So it seems really odd that he would then ask that the board not engage with other citizens. And I really think we need to get this settled. I go to a lot of different counties in this state, and nobody, I do a lot of it in citizen concerns, and nobody has made the complaint that our auditor and parliamentarian, Pat Gill, has made. So I think in order for us to have a true, fair hearing with the public, this is a debate that this board needs to have. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other citizen concerns? Item 11, any board concerns?
I did have one. It's kind of a project, Matthew, I've been working on this one a while, on this Little Sioux Kayak River Trail. Yeah, sorry. Planning to do a paddle, most likely on Wednesday, September 13th. Dan, I know you like to kayak, so maybe you'd want to come along, but
Is that day in stone? Is that the only day? Because I will be out of the state.
yeah, and if it's not that day, it'd be the Thursday, so.
Yeah, I'll be gone that too.
But yeah, no, I plan to take my big kayak along here just for the other Dan. He had to take a canoe last time because we didn't have one big enough for him, so. But, yeah, that's the plan.
Next board meeting idea.
Yeah, just take the whole board. I don't know, if you want to take inner tubes and maybe some rope, we'll just drag you down there.
I have my canoes. Canoe and kayaks are we're good.
I think I'm best suited for land. So,
As deep as the river is right now, it's not far off from land.
that's true. The only thing I'm going to say is our secondary roads have accomplished quite a few projects. And I talked with Mark last week, but the road north of Hornick is done, and the sidewalks in town are done and look really great. The bridge on Correctionville Road, just north of the pumpkin patch on 20 there, is done. It's really nice. The bridge on D12 is done, and the paving down there on Port Neal Road, I was down there last week, looks really, really good. It's coming along nicely, so I know that these projects interrupt our daily lives, but we can sure appreciate when they're done, and they're really nice. So I just wanted to mention that because I got to traverse all of those this past week, and they all look really good. So thank you for that, and we'll hope that our other projects are continue to go as well as these others. So thanks, Mark.
I have a board concern, just an FYI. Next week, for the good of the public and Woodbury County's own planning and budgeting, forecasting, and the fact that we have a need to know, I'm going to be scheduling a open information discussion item, requesting information updates on the progress and the timeline for the new LEC. Specifically inviting project manager, the LEC authority members, and even the architect if they're available, and anyone who can share information on the project and on the timeline. I think it would benefit the board.
Did you include contractor in that?
Yes, thank you. Also, the contractor has been invited all previously, so this will be towards the beginning of the agenda. I was told recently by the project manager they have a 5 o'clock meeting they cannot reschedule. And so I noticed this about a week ago to those invitees. So in an effort to get the discussion in, it'll be as soon as we can on the agenda. There's no other set times that I'm aware of, so that's good. Any other board concerns?